Well, Fox 8's going to host our New Orleans mayoral debate this Thursday night. The candidates who met our criteria of polling of at least 5%, excuse me, in our Mason-Dixon poll are Royce Duplessis, Frank Janusa, Helena Moreno, and Oliver Thomas. So the poll was conducted by Mason-Dixon from September 8th to September the 10th, surveying 625 registered New Orleans voters. So when asked who would get their vote if the election were held today, 52% said Moreno, 16% said Thomas, 11% Duplessis, and 7% said that they would support Frank Janusa, who's the only Republican on the ticket. Again, the debate will be Thursday night on Fox 8 at 6 p.m.